We are hanging out with Young Hollywood tonight at the red carpet premiere of Pulse. I'm Kara Harshbarger, and if you know anything about this movie, I take a couple steps away from your computer monitor right now. So day after day after day, you're running and screaming and you're freaked out. Where are you going in your mind? Where do you go when you're like, I am exhausted?
Dreamland. Honestly, it was a lot of sleep. All I did was sleep because it's so draining emotionally. When you're running so much and you're crying so much and you're screaming so much, your body's really feeling that. It may not be true, like I'm not really scared for my life, but I'm pretending that I am, and my body recognizes it as real fear. And so at the end of the day, you're so drained, so I slept a lot.
So it's been months since you left the film. You haven't thought about it. You've been shooting other projects. When you think back on the experience, is there one memory that pops to mind?
Yeah, just being in Romania and shooting it, just having that whole experience of being over there. Very beautiful country, the architecture. I think it also added to the feeling, the eeriness of
I
the
would
film.
imagine Romania is creepy.
It has, the Transylvania thing and all that. I think it added to that, yeah.
Can I tell you something? Your life dream to be in a horror film and you don't get to die. I mean, don't you want to get murdered if you're in a horror film?
What was your dream? Like, what was the whole, okay, this is how I'm going to die?
I wanted, like lots of blood and gore, and to just, how the movie character slides down the wall. Oh!
Okay, so where do you go in your mind to be freaked out and scary to sell that?
I just remember my days as a youth growing up on the rough streets of Fort Lee, New Jersey. And those are some pretty tough days. And so I just go back there and try to bring that emotion up.
But I'm guessing no phantoms, no dead people.
No
from
phantoms
your youth?
or dead people. Mostly just old Jewish mothers trying to feed me a lot.
Okay. Your job is always vital, but especially in a horror film where you're setting so much tone for that scary moment to happen. It's always the scary music.
Wait, and then boom, and everyone jumping from the seats. Yeah.
How do you know when you're finished with a piece of the score? When you've made it scary enough? How do you know?
Well, it's a feelings. It's very emotional. I don't intellectualize writing. I go with feelings. Of course, I discuss with director what he wants, how big he wants to have a surprise, how long he wants to wait, and this kind of part. But I decide the rest.
Do you get nervous on the day of the shoot? Were you like, this is my big scene?
Totally. I was completely nervous. Like, I didn't know what to expect, if they were going to have CGI, like the Phantom, the scary guy in the movie, or if they were going to have somebody there. I didn't know what the situation was going to be. And they had 4 guys, all with their arms painted in white and their legs painted in white, and one guy whose entire body was painted in white. And I swear, at the same time, they were all inside the washing machine. The timing that they have was unbelievable. Legs, arms, the head came out at the same time, and it was just incredibly shocking and so scary that I had nothing to worry about by the time that happened.
So it was easy for you to totally freak out?
I totally freaked out. I was in the moment.
So when you read the script, you got the offer, what was the hook for you?
The fact that Wes Craven wrote it, which is always, he's the grandfather of I would say, modern horror. Was the fact that it had a lot of elements, it had a lot of style to it, and what it had was a social significance. I mean, it's sort of a tangible metaphor for where we are in the world, our dependence upon technology, and I think the bottom line of it is we have no idea what we're pulling out of the air, and I think that the fact that it's not beyond the realm of possibility sort of adds another scare to it. That's valuable.
This is based on a Japanese film. What did you know you wanted to keep versus lose in this remake?
The atmosphere of the original Kurosawa film was what was so intoxicating to me, and I thought he did a great job at capturing that slow creep dread factor of this bardo that these souls were caught in the cyberspace, and I think we definitely kept that idea. But we kind of updated it, made it more technological, more updated with Wi-Fi technology, I meant to say, and the cast is hipper and more connected to the film, and you get into them more. In the original Kurosawa film, everyone was kind of like isolated and existential and kind of, and it was cool for the Japanese film, but for American audiences, I think we needed to adjust it a little bit.